for Monday, March 5th to order. We have a quorum and the agenda was properly posted, so I guess let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 4 is public appearances, public's opportunity to speak about any subject that's not a specific agenda item, and we do not have anybody tonight that registered for that. Item 5 is discuss and consider the minutes of the regular village board meeting of February 19th. Any comments, corrections, additions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Motion by John and second by Troy to approve as presented. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Item 6, new business. Discuss and consider new operator's license for licensing year July 2017 to June 2018 for Lisa Mulcahy. Looks like there's no problems with that one, Chief?
That's correct.
Okay.
I move to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Troy and second by John to approve operator's license for Lisa Mulcahy. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Item B is discuss and consider approval of the disallowance of liability claim of Robert Showers against the Village of Cottage Grove. This is claim number WM00131120052. It's in your packet regarding the snowplow. I'll let Lee talk about that. I asked him to give us some insight on that.
What happens if someone files a claim against the village, if there's damage or they allege something, then normally we turn it over to our insurance carrier. The insurance carrier does the underwriting work in the sense of checking out the facts and the details, and then they come back with a recommendation as to what the village board should do. So in this particular situation, our insurance carrier, the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Mutual Insurance, has made a recommendation to deny and disallow the claim. Assuming that the board does pass that, then a notice is sent out to Mr. Showers, and then he has 6 months to start a lawsuit if he chooses to. If he does, we will be insured. We will have a defense tendered to us by the insurance company. So,
okay. Any comments on that? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me. It can happen, and I know JJ's crews are always very good. If they do hit something, it's usually a mailbox, and they take care of it. It's not a vehicle. So, if there's no other discussion, I'll make a motion to approve the disallowance of the liability claim.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second by James to approve the disallowance of the liability claim of Robert Showers against the Village of Cottage Grove. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion passes. On to number 7, reports from village boards, commissions, and committees. First one is Nat Vig Landfill.
Take that. They gave the new guy the opportunity to do the meeting minutes, so I submitted those both to
Funny how that
Lisa
works.
and Kim today. We met Monday, February 26th. They didn't have meeting minutes from the previous meeting, so that's tabled. The bills, there was really nothing out of the ordinary there. Actually provided a pretty good overview for me being the first meeting on the joint versus just the town only. The review of the monitoring results back to zero. I think it looks like mid to late summer there was a GP 8 and 9 tested positive. They're back down to zero, so everything seems on the up and up there. The next meeting the next meeting date is April 30th. And the one thing that Chris wanted me to check on is they did have 2 updated maps of the landfill, one for the town, one for the village. So I don't know if we've seen that in the village, but if we have not received it, then just check with
Would
Chris.
that be a map? I think they relocated one of the wells or something.
Yes.
I think all the wells are located on there, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, John. Law Enforcement Committee, Troy, I know
Yeah, we had to cancel the meeting. We didn't have enough
didn't
for quorum.
have a quorum. Okay. And next meeting is fourth Tuesday of next,
Yeah.
or this month rather, sorry, this month,
Yeah, so the 28th,
28th of March.
same date, yeah.
Okay. Parks, Rec, and Forestry.
Or 27th, right? The 27th.
Fourth Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
27th.
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Parks, Rec, and
Yeah,
Forestry.
Wednesday there.
Yeah, we went over the plan for providing disability access. We went over the open spaces plan. And then we picked a member to be on the ad hoc committee for the bicycle path.
Mhm.
And that was about it.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Reports from village officers, Troy?
Actually, that date is the 27th for law
27th.
enforcement.
27.
Yeah. And yeah, I did get an email from a citizen discussing the gardens over at Glacial Drumlin School.
The garden?
And basically, in a nutshell, there's been some real low participation. And there's a meeting tomorrow at 3:30 at Glacial Drumlin School to discuss whether they're going to continue doing the garden or not. She just wanted it to be out in the public, so.
Okay.
Just mentioning it. I don't know how long it takes for this to get posted, probably after the meeting.
Probably. Okay.
And that's it.
Nick, any?
Just let everyone know, sign up for your fitness classes this week.
All right, thank you. James, any?
Oh, just to add on to the Parks report, he is getting lots of interest in, as Sean alluded to, he's getting lots of interest in programming the additional space. A lot of the instructors they have lots of ideas, including just a lot of creative stuff that's going to be going on. So after we get some of the classes scheduled, we'll give a report on that.
Sounds good. All right, Jeff?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm extremely proud of our 8th grade students that went on the trip last week with us to Washington, D.C. It was incredible, and their behavior was amazing. Really sharp kids, and they got to put the wreath. 4 of the students got to put the wreath on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Wow.
That was just a really neat experience, and I really hope that they all felt the same way. So.
Cool. Thanks. John?
Real quick, I was able to attend both listening sessions for the proposal for the new school, both in Monona at Winnequa, and then last week here at Catachuro School. I'd put it at about 40 to 50 in attendance, just citizens or school board members and their subject matter experts. They changed the format a little bit from Monona out to Catachuro, where Monona they just had it was a 1-hour presentation, and they had the subject matter experts where people could kind of go ask questions. They changed that to open mic, where everyone could hear the questions and address them. And what I picked up out here versus in Monona is a citizen actually raised the question of potentially building a high school out here and turning the current high school into a middle school. That sparked some additional questions, because at about the 8 to 10 year mark, the current high school is projected to need another capacity increase of about 250. So it's brought up everything from space to parking to safety around the school. And so I stuck around and spoke with those individuals afterwards, called the superintendent the next day, and actually a school board member. I watched the video. It's what my life is nowadays. Saturday morning, and it was nice to see a school board member who was in attendance out here actually raise the question. And my concern is they want community input, but we're almost so far down the road right now. If you take it and twist it, because it was never presented, we were just strictly looking at elementary grade settings. But I thought it actually raised some pretty good questions that hopefully the school board will take into consideration, because whether you're talking 82 to 88 million for a new school or whatever the cost of a new high school would be, I think at this point everything should be on the table, especially if we're considering 8 to 10 years out adding on to the high school.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
Thank you. John?
No report.
Okay. Under my name, you'll see a couple of things. The last meeting we appointed, I think we have a trustee member and a member now from Parks and Rec on the Bike Path Committee, but we have some citizen members. So at this point, I would recommend and make a motion for the appointment of Phyllis Jones Morrison, Charlie Rogers, and Jay Kiefer as citizen members to the Ad hoc Bike Path Committee, and I think that means we could start meeting then. Let's get that going.
I'll second that.
Okay. There's a second. Any other discussion?
I do have some bad news. Phyllis emailed us today. She needs to withdraw.
Okay.
Personal reason.
Sure.
So we'll need to find another citizen member.
Okay. So we could approve Charlie and Jay then, and then
Mhm.
second's okay with that? Okay. All right, so the motion then is to approve Charlie Rogers and Jay Kiefer as appointments to the citizen member, and if anyone knows another citizen member that would be interested, by all means, let me know, and we'll get them on there.
Aaron Ruth said he got a call from Phyllis today
Okay.
about that, and then Aaron just passed along to staff, since Phyllis is on Plan Commission,
Right.
maybe another citizen on Plan Commission. He was suggesting Don Brinkmeyer if he was interested, but that's entirely up to you guys.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. All right, Lee, anything?
Just a heads up that in the coming months, there has been some legislation that's been passed that, and we're looking, Aaron and I have been reviewing the zoning code, and there are some things that may need to be amended. So we'll make a full report as soon as we have it.
And that would start at Plan Commission, probably?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Matt, anything else?
No report.
Okay. Chief Labor?
Accreditation on site starts tomorrow. It's a 3-day process.
Well,
So,
good luck and thank you for that. That's been a big step.
yeah, it's been a lot of work. Everybody contributed, so we'll see how it goes, but I
Okay.
think we'll do just fine.
And alternate side parking is still till the 15th of the month, is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Just because of what's going on now outside, I think.
right. You never know.
All right. JJ, anything from Public Works?
Nope.
All right. Just as an aside, I want to thank Fire Chief Wolf and JJ. A while back, Fire Chief Wolf contacted me, and there was some flooding over on Dentaria Drive, and I think he handled it exactly correctly. We were discussing whether or not to activate emergency government, but we handled it, and things got done rather quickly, so I think he did it exactly right, and thanks to JJ and his crew for stepping up and making a bad situation a lot less worse. All right, and that brings us down to communications and miscellaneous business. Discuss, consider approval of vouchers. Any comments, questions on vouchers?
Just have one question.
Yep.
So I understand, so that this particular month, I'm looking at Tom Beacon. Is there any way on these vouchers we can determine like what is billable back to a developer or someone, so it doesn't, I mean,
You like make a subcategory or something?
I don't know if these numbers actually would tell me or what, but I mean, like the last meeting, I think Lee and his
Yeah.
attorney, services were an item, MSA, the meeting before that, so I don't know if I'm just missing something or.
A significant portion is billable, but I'm not sure how, and I don't know if Matt can answer that, if that's something for Lisa to answer, how you would show that, what's billable, what's not.
I mean, these are, we pay Tom, but the amount for the inspection, it's a break even. So I guess it's just a matter of, we're learning those
A little more time.
learning those kind of things. And then some of the others, it would be more of the account number, like knowing the account numbers, but this has come up before, and Deb would probably be the one to better
Okay, maybe I'll just spend some time
about
with
that.
that.
But I know it's come up before, so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Sounds good. Is there any other discussion or questions on vouchers? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the vouchers?
All right, is there a second? Second. Motion and second to approve the vouchers as presented. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion passes. No official correspondence. Future agenda items, anyone have anything? Nick?
It's my understanding we'll be looking at 3 TIDs next meeting, is that correct?
I talked to Aaron about the timing of that with CDA, as we discussed at the next CDA meeting, so likely they would be passing it on to the board, yes.
Okay. Is there anything else?
When is the CDA meeting?
Next Monday.
Monday.
Next week.
I think it's Monday, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I was just curious, once again, being the new guy here, if there's been any 2018 board and staff goals established, or if anyone can identify those, just so I understand what kind of was decided before I got appointed. So I could best support that, or maybe question stances, and
Sure.
just to get on board, not only as the board, but so staff, as I'm meeting with them,
Okay.
support their needs.
All right, I mean, I think we can give you an overview of that. I can sit down with Matt and we'll come up with something and at least a basis.
Okay. And the second item, I don't know if the board would be amicable to this, but I'd be looking to possibly have a future agenda item to meet with the town board sometime in the future.
Yeah, there was some
Joint meeting?
discussion
Have a
about
joint
that
meeting,
a couple
'cause it's been
months
a
ago.
couple
There was,
years
yeah.
that-
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that. done.
Absolutely.
And I think, if I remember correctly, it was the fourth Tuesday or fourth Thursday, I can't remember. But that was the only one that didn't conflict with our
Yeah,
various
they have to be
meetings and theirs.
for Thursday.
Yeah, so I will look into that, and I'll be able to have a report on that at the next meeting too, about getting
Yeah,
that.
I think the fourth Tuesday is when we have
Police commission.
law enforcement.
Yeah,
Must have been the fourth Thursday then.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably the only open date.
yeah,
Because EMS is the third Thursday.
right, so that's
Yeah.
the 29th.
Okay.
Yeah, let's invite him in for the
Yeah,
29th.
if the fourth, if that works, then nobody has a conflict, okay.
So
Or if we
the only
could-
thing with that is establishing an agenda and a packet and who's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, staff comes to a meeting, we just get blindsided because the town just brings up random things and they kinda,
What I have at this point is a couple of topics from Chris, but I guess that works both ways. If we have something we want to discuss with them, and then if you have something, give us some background so we can exchange packets, and I'll ask the same from them of what their desired outcome is, what their goal is with their meetings. And
Maybe the initial meeting's just between the boards, and I don't know if we need staff or legal advice, just to actually get the dialogue and discussion back.
More free ranging, yeah. Is that allowed?
Free range trustees.
we still need a.
No, we need an agenda.
we have to have some kind of an agenda. yeah.
But as far as staff goals, I mean, in individual performance evaluations, I have individual goals for staff members. Otherwise, it would just fall to the budget document is the general, projects and, for the upcoming year. The board hasn't worked towards a strategic plan yet. That would be, another step to create goals and things like that. And then there's my review where the board could do goals and things like that, but just, that hasn't happened, so. I'm not really sure how we
Yeah,
do that at a upcoming board meeting, I mean.
right. And then having it here probably would make more sense, because here it's recorded if somebody wants to watch it. I don't think the town does recording at their facilities.
No,
Andy can travel with his equipment too, if it's,
What's that?
Andy can travel with the equipment to.
Okay.
Yeah, we could alternate, once we get up on a schedule, and
Yeah.
just alternate like we do with EMS as an example.
Yeah, because he comes in.
Oh, he goes to the EMS?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
If the fourth Thursday didn't work, maybe we can, is it possible to piggyback onto our meeting? Or is that, I suppose that's tough because,
Their meeting starts like a half hour after ours.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of another
They
one.
do,
of
they
those-
meet Wednesdays, okay, or Mondays.
Mondays,
yeah,
first and
sorry.
third, Mondays, like 7 PM, so. But I'll be glad to get something together for the next meeting, and we can talk about that. And the 29th is the fourth Thursday. Okay. All right, anything else for future agenda? Okay,
I move to adjourn.
all right. There's
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn, non-debatable, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned, thank you.